is going on?
You better start thinking very clearly.
Today on Darcumentaries, we will be investigating whether this suspect's crime was real or a dream. It was Halloween night in 2001 in Columbia, Missouri. 17-year-old high school student Ryan Ferguson makes his way to a party at a friend's house. Soon after his arrival, he notices that everyone begins to leave as the authorities shut the party down due to noise complaints. Ryan then spots his childhood friend Charles Erickson, also known as Chuck. A disappointed Ferguson doesn't want his night to end, so then suggests to Chuck that they should meet his older sister at a bar as she had fake IDs. The pair head downtown, and using the fake IDs, they both successfully make it into the bar and soon become extremely intoxicated. Both Ryan and Chuck eventually leave the bar at around 1 a.m. after running out of money. Meanwhile, across town, Columbia Daily Tribune sports writer Kent Heithold was working late into the early hours of the morning until around 2 a.m. After finishing, he then walks to the car park and speaks to a fellow colleague about work. When this conversation ends, Kent heads for his vehicle, but unfortunately he was attacked from behind before he could even enter his car. Shortly after this occurred, a caretaker of the Tribune building notices two suspicious figures in the car park, so she notifies her supervisor Jerry Trump. The caretaker and Jerry then make a call to 911 at 2:26 a.m.
911, what is your emergency?
We need someone here at the Columbia Daily Tribune.
What's going on?
I'm not sure. I was just told to call 911. There's somebody hurt outside.
Is there anybody who can tell me what's going on there?
Here.
We're at the main building of the Tribune.
And what's going on?
In the parking lot, the sports editor, Kent, is laying on the ground. Pool of blood. Looks like he's been shot or something.
Okay, he's on the parking lot behind the Tribune on the KFC side?
Yes.
Who did you see in the area?
I saw two guys in the area.
Were they white or black?
White. I'd say 1920.
What were they wearing?
I don't know. This gal, she saw them. She walked out to smoke a cigarette, saw them duck down behind the car.
Okay.
I looked out and saw them, and I said, what's going on? I knew it was Kent's car, and I said, Kent? And they didn't look up. Nobody did anything. Somebody's been hurt, man.
Meanwhile, another colleague turns over the body of Kent and looks for a pulse, but tragically he was already gone. Kent was known as a 6'5" gentle giant by friends and family. At the scene, they found he had laid out food for the stray cats in the area. The only evidence police found was a strand of hair, footprints, and Kent's belt buckle. The DNA found did not match anybody within police databases. The case remained unsolved. Ryan and Chuck then went on to graduate and attend separate colleges. It was 2 whole years later that Chuck notices a news report which included a police sketch of the suspects. At this point, Chuck is convinced he looks like one of the sketches and remembers that he was also partying close by. Chuck then begins to have extremely vivid dreams about the night Kent lost his life. He then approaches Ryan regarding these concerns at a New Year's Eve party in 2003. Ryan claims he assured Chuck they had nothing to do with it, whereas Chuck claimed Ryan threatened his life if he went to the police. Chuck's feelings grow stronger, so confides in friends. Eventually, an anonymous caller calls 911.
911? This is not emergency, but I got something I really need to say.
Okay.
I know something that went down 2 years ago that I have to say.
Okay.
Alright, you know the reporter at the Tribune that was murdered and no one found out who it was? I know what happened and I know the murderer.
Soon after this, Ryan and Chuck are picked up and taken to the interrogation room. For context, this interrogation begins with Ryan Ferguson. Ryan's story to the police is that he drove Chuck home after the bar and has no clue where Chuck is getting this information.
Man, what are we gonna do here? Jim says you come up deceptive on us.
Dude, I was not there, man. I don't know what the f it is.
Well, I'm telling you right now, Chuck put you there, right?
Yes.
The time frames you're telling me with when this murder occurred does not fit. Then you come up deceptive, that's 3 strikes.
What do you mean it doesn't fit?
It doesn't fit.
I don't know the time.
I've already told you. You say you stayed at the bar till 1:30.
Yes. When was the murder? I don't even know when it was.
Well, again, this is poker. We're not telling you everything because you know why? You ain't telling us everything. But listen to me. You wanted to hear it, I'm going to tell you. Alright? We're trying to help you out, but you're just being so damn hard-headed, I can't believe it.
Not, man.
You're being hard-headed, but we'll get around it. There's
no way you could have taken Chuck.
There's no way you could have taken Chuck home and him make it back to do this all by himself. There's no way.
I don't know.
What's the reason Chuck's lying?
Dude, I don't know, man.
He's known Chuck forever, right?
I've known Chuck since junior high. Hung out with him for a few
Has
years.
ever had any quarrels over Or
No, man.
girlfriends, athletics, sports cards, racing cars, nothing.
No.
You know, you keep saying that. You don't have to remind me about what I've told you.
Well, I was not there. I don't know what you guys
Yes,
want
you
from
were
me.
there.
No, I was not there. I was not there.
There's no possible way that you could have been driving him home and him be seen by Dallas at the same time. It can't happen. It's unless he's got an identical twin that knows exactly what he's doing. It ain't happening.
Well, there's 12 minutes there. Maybe Chuck killed somebody, came back to the club, and I drove home to Dallas.
You know what?
I don't know, man.
Murder happened after club closed. That's your problem. You've been hanging your head on, I didn't see Chuck through the bar all night.
Dude, I'm hanging my head on. I
It
didn't
happened.
do anything, man. God, are you serious? I did not do anything.
What did you see?
I did not see anything.
Okay.
Dude, I don't know what happened. You guys
Right.
are asking me like,
But you're
like
saying,
I know,
you're
man.
saying
I
he's
don't
lying,
know.
he's making it up, maybe he was there. I mean, you can't have both ways. Either he knows what the he
I
does.
know what the hell he's talking about, alright? I don't know if he's lying. I don't know if he was there. You say he's there? Okay, he was there. I wasn't. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, and
I'm sorry, dude. It's just...
and let's back up because I'm going to correct you on something. I didn't say he was there, I didn't say you were there.
You said he was
He said he was there, he said you were there.
there.
Okay?
And he's saying that he was there.
He just
All right,
told us
all
he
right.
was there.
He said that he was there and I was there.
Okay.
I wasn't there. You
And
might
I'm-
have taken somebody else.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm telling you I believe what he's saying. We haven't got, his story hasn't gone askew yet.
Okay.
So that's what we're trying to, I guess.
Well, I mean, I don't know, man. It's just
Well,
it's kind of odd.
what he's
hearing.
trying to tell you is that when we run his story in front of a jury, okay, there's going to be 12 people of your peers. They're going to sit up there in that jury box. And when they run that story by him, the one thing people are hooked on is this CSI bullshit that I was talking about earlier. Okay, people are hooked on that, and we're gonna throw stuff out there that and prove to them that only the person that was there during the crime scene knew what had happened.
Okay, and that's
He's
it.
going to testify to that. That makes him credible. Times that he tells us about makes him credible. Everything that you told us makes you non-credible. And you're going to take a hit for this.
At this stage, police are trying to convince Ryan that they already have enough evidence. They also try to play Chuck and Ryan against each other in order to achieve a confession.
Things go horribly, horribly wrong.
See, I know where you're going with this, man.
And the thing
I
about
didn't
this,
do anything.
if they're going to nail you with it, if they're going to pin this on you, you know, you might as well get it. If that's going to happen regardless, and it looks like they got all this stuff and all this evidence. If they're going to pin it on you, you might as well get it pinned on you for the right reasons.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said to you earlier, man. I didn't. Oh my God. Trying to get me to admit to something I didn't do. I didn't do it. I mean, take me down and wait until trial, man. Just take me down to jail because I didn't do anything. I'm not admitting to something I didn't do.
I understand, but do you think if you go down to jail and by, you know, a lot of times when we talk to people, they think, you know, if I just maintain that I didn't do it, that it's all going to go away? You think it
No,
will?
I know if I did something, they would know that I did it.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
I'm innocent.
Because you're innocent of killing this guy.
I'm innocent of even being there. I'm not involved in this in any way. Alright? It's the truth. There's nothing I can do or say about that to make it different. I mean, my hope is I don't have any hope, man. I'm going to jail for something I didn't do. I'm not going to admit to doing it to get a lesser sentence because I didn't do it.
But if it didn't go down just the way this guy's saying, why should you take the rap or something?
Because I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice, man. I'm telling them what happened. I'm telling them what happened.
But what if you still had the choice to tell your side of the story and it wasn't exactly like whatever this other guy's saying was? Why not?
But I want to be straight up with you, man. I really don't appreciate you coming in here and doing this. Alright? I told them the truth. Alright? No matter what, that is the truth. That's what happened. Alright? I'm not hoping that anything changes. I'm hoping that they realize that I didn't have anything to do with it. I'm hoping that the evidence will prove that I didn't do it.
They're not, though. They don't believe you.
Well, I mean, that sucks, taking it to court. I mean, I have to go to trial, dude. I didn't do anything. And I'm not going to admit to doing something I didn't do. Can't do or say anything else about it.
You know, when something happens that you made a mistake, people understand you don't really want to come out with it because we're ashamed.
I understand that.
You know?
And I've done other things. But this is definitely not one of those cases, man. I've not done anything. I've told them the truth. And all I can do is sit here and wait and have a million people try to talk me into saying I did something I did not. It's not fun.
I guess I'm just trying to, I'd like to see you help yourself. I think you still can help yourself.
Because you think I did it.
I don't know what happened, you know?
Well, look at this way. I didn't do it yourself. Okay? And the only way I can help myself is by admitting to something I didn't do. That's what you're saying.
No, not really.
That's exactly what you're saying.
Let's say, for instance, this other fellow, Chuck, let's say this was all something it was his idea. Let's say that he's trying to pin this whole thing on you because he paints a pretty bad picture.
Well, maybe he is, but I wasn't with him. I don't know anything about it.
Ryan's interrogation goes on for a total of 5 hours, and not once does he change his story and denies any involvement.
I didn't see it happen. I didn't do anything. I went and had fun at a bar and I went home. Probably got up and went to school. I don't know. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't see anything wrong. I didn't see anything happen. And there's nothing I can do or say about it to get me out of the situation. I'm not going to lie about anything. I told the truth. So, all I can do is sit here and wait.
Do you think it would make it easier for him if you were able to come clean on what happened?
I come clean, alright?
But if you hadn't, do you think it would make it easier for your mom and dad? Your mom in particular? If you said mom.
Well, if I had done something, yes, but I haven't. I don't know how many times I have to say this to you guys. I have not done anything. I was not there. I did not do anything.
But if there was a way that you could help yourself, you'd do it.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm telling the truth, so I'm doing what I can. I mean, if you know what this is like, man, I'm going to talk to my dad. I'm going to talk to my mom. So I don't get one phone call, man. I got to call my dad to get lawyer fees. I got to call my mom so she doesn't.
Let me find out about all that.
After failing to get information out of Ryan, Chuck enters the interrogation room. You will see how Chuck and the detective struggle to align regarding the details of how Kent lost his life.
How many times did you think you hit him altogether?
Just once.
Just once? Well, the only problem I have with that is I know that he was hit more than once with the tool. Because
I'm saying, I just hit him once.
You just hit him once? You didn't hit him more than
because I distinctly remember the first time that I hit him. I remember hearing this noise and just seeing his face, and it just made me sick.
And the noise was him screaming?
It was like a groan.
Okay, all right. Okay. You said earlier, though, that it was possible that you may have hit him more than once. Is that different now?
No, I didn't hit him more than once.
Okay. There is no way in hell that you hit this guy once, turn around, and got sick. If you only hit him once, turn away, and got sick, you had to hand the thing off the line because this guy's got head wounds all over his head. We're talking minimum 15 strikes.
I must have done it, though. I mean, I don't know. Either that or I stopped and he did. I don't know.
Did you ever drop the pipe?
Probably.
Did you hand it off to Ryan?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. So when you say that you must have flipped out, then maybe you flipped out and hit this guy more than once.
Yeah.
Now,
The attack on Kent was said to last around 7 minutes. Chuck is confused and does not seem to know the weapon that was used, although on the night Chuck was not only drinking but also was taking illegal substances.
we know what the guy got strangled with. That's kind of the thing I've been holding back from you. All right. Is it possible that you know what he was strangled with and just didn't want to tell me? Because I know.
No, I think it was a shirt or something.
Okay, well, I know it wasn't a shirt.
Maybe a bungee cord or something from his car. I don't see why he'd have a rope in his car.
Well, we know for a fact that his belt was ripped off of his pants and he was strangled with his belt.
Really?
Yeah. So it's possible Ryan could have strangled this guy with his belt, got the keys, and you not know.
Was the man's belt?
Yeah.
His own belt?
Yes. Does that ring a bell?
Not at all. I didn't.
But you saw Ryan strangling him, though.
I thought, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I mean, I might not even know what I'm talking about now.
Well,
tell me exactly where this happened. Yes, we're going to go right up to the parking lot. Now, some things may have changed a little bit. Of course, there's a lot of vehicles in the parking area. But you see where this Jeep is at right up here? This kind of a beige-colored Jeep with a black roof. That is the parking spot where Mr. Heithold had his car parked. Looking at this area, does this look familiar to you? And the door being right here, floating dock area.
I mean, I don't remember most of what happened.
Like, I don't even, it's just so foggy, like, I could just be sitting here fabricating all of it and not know. Like, I don't know. This is after reading the newspaper article in October.
Mm-hmm. And
this is kind of what I put together with, I mean, I don't know if I'm just flipping out or whatever, but, I mean, this is kind of what I put together with what could have happened. I remember we were at the club, we ran out of money, like, he'd been asking his sister to borrow money, and then from there on, I'm just kind of presuming what happened. I'm making presumptions based on what I read in the newspaper.
Well, you're making accurate presumptions that, like I said, that you would only know if you were there.
Like what? What, the lady, the cleaning lady?
That's one.
That was in the newspaper.
Well, no, about what was specifically said
You
to
went
that
to get
lady.
out? I mean...
No, you explained... I'm not going to
you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be here if I didn't feel guilty about it. But it's just, I can't recollect. And it's just a trip for me to have to sit here and try to look at something that happened that I read about and try to base what I remember off of that. You know, let's just
stop right here. Okay? Now, one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to sit here and listen to this kind of gibberish, okay? I'm going to waste my time doing this. No, wait. Now listen, I'm going to start talking, and you're going to start listening, okay? All right. I'm going to be point blank with you, pal. Right now, your hind end is the one that's hanging over the edge, and Ryan could care less about it.
Okay.
Okay? Do you understand me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, you better start thinking very clearly.
Okay.
Because it's you that is on this chopping block.
Okay.
Am I clear to you?
Yes.
Now, do we need to go back and go through this step by step?
No.
Well, I think we do, and that's what we're going to do. And I don't want to hear, all of a sudden I just think I maybe fabricated all this and, No. What I want to hear is exactly what Ryan told you, because that's what's going to keep you in a position to where you're not going to be the sole individual out here responsible for what happened to Kent.
Keep your family secure online with NordVPN. Not only can you change your IP address, with double VPN you get enhanced security, complete privacy, and double encryption. Don't wait and get NordVPN immediately, link in the description. No DNA evidence linked the boys to the crime, the shoe prints and fingerprints didn't match. And even the hair strand was not a match for either Ryan or Chuck. Police searched Ryan's car and both of their homes and nothing was found. After Ryan drove Chuck home, he made various calls that have been verified. The calls were made from 1:41 a.m. until 2:09 a.m. Kent lost his life at 2:20 a.m., which would have made it almost impossible for Ryan to be involved. Jerry Trump, the supervisor who wasn't previously able to identify the suspects, was in prison for unrelated charges. He spoke to police and was suddenly capable of identifying both Ryan and Chuck.
Would you point to that individual or individuals, please?
Yes.
Chuck took a plea deal as his lawyers convinced him that Ryan was going to do the same. After not having a clue what happened on the night, Chuck can suddenly describe exactly what happened in amazing detail in front of a jury. He then received a 25-year sentence in return for his testimony against Ryan. Throughout all this, Ryan does not accept any deal and maintains his innocence. He is rewarded with a 40-year sentence.
That defendant Ryan William Ferguson, guilty of murder in the second degree.
Fast forward to 2009, after years in prison, the infamous Kathleen Zellmer takes on the case and interviews Chuck.
I made a lot of assumptions and turned them into facts to satisfy the police. When I did that, I used the opportunity to move the blame onto Ryan and off of myself. Things happened much differently than I had previously stated. When we left the club, I cannot honestly remember if we had robbery on our minds. I could not accept in my conscious mind that I was the sole perpetrator and aggressor, so I put a lot of the blame on Ryan.
Although Chuck has taken all the blame on his shoulders, the evidence still doesn't link him to the crime. It wasn't just Chuck who changed his original statement. Jerry Trump in 2012 also recanted what he said. While crying on the stand, he admitted his statement was false and asks forgiveness from Ryan.
Do you anticipate or want anything for doing this?
Yes. I'd like to have forgiveness from Ryan.
Even after both key witnesses recanted their statements, Ryan's request for a new trial was denied. Kathleen Zellmer appealed this decision and was granted a new trial, and after almost 10 years, on November 5, 2013, Ryan Ferguson was released. Ryan Ferguson went on to win $11 million in a civil suit against Missouri police. Charles Erickson now believes he is innocent. Although Chuck is the reason Ryan went to prison, Ryan still wants to help Chuck clear his name. Chuck was eventually released early in March 2022 after serving 18 years of his 25-year sentence. One individual the police did not properly investigate was the last person Chuck was speaking with in the car park, fellow colleague Michael Boyd. Some evidence at the scene could possibly link Boyd to the crime, including papers that may have belonged to Boyd under Kent's car. Kent was Boyd's manager, and they were also in the middle of a dispute over a major mistake he had made on an assignment. Boyd also failed to fill out his timesheet the night Kent lost his life. Boyd gave various conflicting statements to the police. Even after this inconsistent information, Boyd was still not considered a prime suspect. What do you think happened on the night? Let us know in the comments. Shop with Darcumentaries, get home security, chakra jewelry, and dream catchers by clicking the shopping tab below. Binge watch the Darcumentaries interrogation playlist, and please like and subscribe.